Great example, Man United, absolute cack in the Premiership, but give them a Thursday night and a foreign name, United turn on a different switch.
Yeah.
I lie? It's facts, bro, it's facts.
Yeah.
It's just facts, 100% facts. You know, and again, and here's the next one, and you can answer this, Mr. Enrique. What does it say about the rest of the Europa League if the 16th and 17th best clubs in our Premiership can get to the final? What does that say about the rest of Europe? What does that say about Lazio's? What does that say about all you people? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, and that's why I believe those two teams, whoever wins it, should not be allowed in the Champions League next year. I'm putting it out there. You shouldn't be allowed in. Flex if you want to be vexed, banter if you want to be vexed. It's facts. You're the 17th best team in your country. It's for the top 4s and 5s. You shouldn't be sitting at the table, Bridget.
Sure. Affinity Extra. Be extra.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are personal and do not necessarily represent the views of Affinity Extra.
Yeah. People, this is your boy here, Roger Van Moorinho, as I'm called in football circles. You know, the one that's still you. But also,
he isn't. He isn't called Roger Van Moorinho. Roger Ten Hag.
Yo, wait.
RTH. His initials are RTH, man, not RVM. RTH, but he's trying to style it out. He's just stuck with Marino because obviously Marino's got class.
Yo, listen, I one day I'll explain the story behind that still, you know what I'm saying? Showing my Dutch...
It's Dutch and Portuguese. Don't forget the Portuguese, bro. Don't forget the Portuguese heritage, bro. Come on.
Listen, mate. You got to see the influences in my football knowledge, you know.
His name's Roger Moore de Silva. Just for all you guys out there, that's the Portuguese side of him, de Silva. Just to let you know.
Listen, man, listen, it's Martinez, actually. And Louis is my French side. my Mbappe cousins. But anyway, still, listen, guys, you know, we won't get started. We'll be doing an ancestry thing, so we're totally different. But listen,
pack show today, lads.
You know what I'm saying? This some jam, absolutely
bare things to go over. Got the Champions League last week, the results, the semi-finals, probably the match of my generation. I can't remember a game that's had me on emotions like that. Considering none of the teams involved were my teams, but boy, man didn't want to leave, fam. Dinner was burning and everything. Man weren't leaving the television that night, you know what I mean? We got to talk about that. We got to talk about El Clasico. We got to talk about the Mickey Mouses winning the league over here. And nobody really cares.
Yeah. You got
we got to talk about the dreadful, no disrespect, right? The dreadful Europa Cup final coming up, 16th versus 17th in the Premiership. Me personally, as I said, should be outlawed. Whoever wins should not be allowed in the Champions League because you're the 17th best team in your country. That's not what the competition rules apply. It's the top 5. It's the top 5. So I don't understand. I don't care. And I'm saying this on my life. If this was Arsenal, we finished 16th. We should not be allowed in there, bro. You shouldn't be allowed in there. Bro, I don't even want teams who... You know when the team gets boxed up like PSV, 7, they shouldn't be allowed in Champions League next season just for that result. You can't be losing the Champions 7s and that. Come on, fam. You know what I mean, bro? So that's just my take. You know, but as I says,
got it straight away.
As I says, we got love to talk about. So I'm just going on.
Straight.
So we'll tick them off as we go by. You know what I mean? Rog, let's go.
Bro, you just gone straight in.
I'm just talking. I thought the truth. He doesn't like because he knows his team are going to get a
listen, we're going to get through it today, guys. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? We're going to get 100%, man. But listen, right, there's so many things to touch base with. First and foremost, the Guard of Honour that Arsenal fans wanted to avoid.
My thoughts. You want my thoughts?
Did you actually? Did you? I know you're a guy that don't bother watching.
I didn't watch the game.
I know you watch it.
I didn't watch the game. I was chilling. I was doing things. You know, I always make myself busy at kick-off time. So I'm doing things, looking after the mum, feeding my mum and that.
Yeah.
And I've gone onto my phone.
Yeah.
Sky Sports 0-0.
Yeah.
By the time I've gone upstairs, come back down, it says 2-0 to Liverpool. Where my phone has only got a grace. I don't know why I didn't flang. I wanted to throw my phone against the wall, but I was that upset.
Yeah.
And I just left it. After I switched off. I didn't know the Arsenal score till about 10 o'clock last night.
Okay, yeah.
But I'd noticed my phone ain't blowing up. And I'm thinking, how come my phone ain't blowing up? Because normally, you know, you're going to get... My phone wasn't blowing up, so I'm looking on certain groups. And I've got this one group, and this one group, big up to Sammy, Sneed, Nookie, and the man them, you know I'm talking, Walker, Wayne. On this group, we got Villa fans, got 2 Liverpool fans, couple of Man United fans, Arsenal fans. Bro, so anytime your team loses, you have to, we put you on the bus. We say you got to go on the bus on the outer circle. Yeah. So obviously, yesterday you had Chelsea on the bus, Tottenham on the bus, who else last? Man United on the bus. So I'm expecting Arsenal on the bus. I didn't see Arsenal on the bus. So I'm thinking, and then I've seen the 2-2, and I thought, okay. So I didn't really know the score, but going back to the guard Diviner thing, well, for me, it's not compulsory.
Why did you do it? Why do you do it?
They do it as a mark of respect because you're the champions. So for me, Liverpool went to Stamford Bridge last week. They got their thing. So it's done.
It's done, innit?
It's done for me.
Yeah.
Because we're at Anfield, you got to do it again. Nah, bond that. I'm with Arsenal. I hope. I don't know. Did they give them the guard? Did they give them?
Yeah, I sure somebody put it on video. I
hope they didn't though. I hope they didn't. I'll tell you, no. I wouldn't have done it. I would have said, nah, we ain't doing that. Bond that.
I'm sure.
Bond that, man. Give me no guard of honor. You've had your guard of honor. You're the champions. That's it. Why do we have to give some guard of honor for what? Nah, bro. Nah. And you've had it at Chelsea anyway, so that's it for me. I'm just being honest.
But sure.
And it's not compulsory. It's not a compulsory thing. It's just that.
Yeah.
Sportsmanship.
Yeah. Sports. Bro, it's called sports foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, bro.
Sports foolishness. Listen, bro, I can a team that you've been slugging it out and I want you to do, that's just insult, bro.
It's a Mickey tag.
You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely insult. And the thing is, we know what the deal is, and Liverpool fans could talk what they want. I think it's the worst ever Premiership in Premier League history. It has been. It reminds me of the standard of the European, of the Premier. Remember when we was out of Europe?
Yeah.
And it was just trash. Yeah. It was just trash. It's just basically Great Britain players. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I just thought we're back there now. You know what I'm saying? But you come back up. You know what I'm saying?
I think what's happened, you see, what's happened, as you know, cycles come. Yeah. So obviously, we had the period in football when the oil money came in. Yeah. And everybody's just buying. It's a buying market now. Yeah. Remember, back in the day, I mean, look when Fergie and Wenger were going at it.
Yeah.
It was only Man United had the pick of the tops.
Yeah.
And then everybody else would eat the scraps.
We have to go foreign for the players, man. That's what Arsenal do, man.
Yeah. But Man United, even going foreign, they still had the pick of the bunch. You know what I mean? So it's got more of an even playing field now. There's teams. Every team's got a good ball at a decent level of professional in there now. You know what I mean? But the standard, to say the standards, I think it's just because Man City had a poor season and there's no real challenge in this country.
Do you think coaching is better? Do you think the coaching at lower levels are better?
I don't even know, bro, because if you look across football, if you look at the top leagues, really. Okay, Leverkusen did a madness last year. Yeah. That ended 12 seasons.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern have bounced straight back.
Yeah, cool. And just
So that's happened there. Yeah. Serie A, it's got more even now. Serie A has become more like the Prem.
Okay.
In the sense of other teams can do things now, where it's not just the Milans, Juventus, the two Rome
Bologna, and all them
teams. The Bolognas are doing Parma, throwing in things. You know, there's that funny name one.
Siswala.
They're all throwing in. You know what I'm saying?
But before you go away, you can slap
them. They're doing like what the Premiership does now. They're throwing up them results. Whereas if you look at it, Germany's probably the most dominant league. One team. Spain, the top two. Yeah. Because for as much as Atletico, we're up there. Look at the dash it were. They're about like 10 points behind now. Behind Barca.
I'm supposed to double check that, you know what I mean? How on earth did they throw it away?
Atletico are about 10 points behind Barcelona right now. Trust me, bro. And I remember when they was top.
They were top, bro. They were top.
4 points clear.
Bro. And battled it again.
Bro, I don't understand what's going on.
What's the point of scoring 4 goals in three?
One thing I was watching with Atletico as well, that they used to like, they're winning like 4-3, they're 3-1 down with 10 minutes to go.
You can't
win leagues like that, bro. You know this. But Barcelona showing that you can, though. Bro.
We're getting Barca.
I'm just talking about league form. Barca is still, you know.
But Bayern Leverkusen did that last season. We can't get away. They're trying to kind of bring that into this season. You can't get away with it, man.
It always rises to the top, and the best always goes there. And For me, I just
Kane's
think
Kane's
Kane's
first
proper team trophy. Yeah.
Wow. Has he had a trophy?
He's had other individuals in it, like Golden Boot, but he's never won a team
Imagine,
trophy.
bro, being Kane and taking to 30 years old.
Well, you see how you just mentioned off-air people, just to let you know, Roger said to me he met a fan.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
You know, had a word with him. He said, he'd like us to do a debate.
You want to go there now?
No, I'm just going to put it out what I was going to say. He wants us to do a debate about between strikers. And this was a Caucasian man who loved Ian Wright.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do a debate. Who's the better striker out of the following?
Yeah.
Ian Wright, Sir Les Ferdinand, and Andrew, who scores goals, Cole. You know, we're not going to talk about that today because we've got other things to deal with, but we're going to discuss
we can do
it.
that at the end.
Depending on time. But to be fair, I think we should have like a separate show for that because it's three top strikers, fam.
So we can do our research.
Research and come back and do it properly. If we're gonna do it, we do it properly, bro.
Okay, cool. We do that.
There's not no simpletons there. There's 2 league winners. Unfortunately, Les didn't win one. There's 2 league winners there.
Did he win in Newcastle?
No,
Newcastle.
No,
sugar. He went Newcastle, didn't he?
Yeah, he went Newcastle before, and the season before Shearer come
and they still couldn't win it, did it?
And they couldn't win it, and then they brought Shearer, and then they ousted him out.
Yeah.
They ousted him out, took the number 9 shirt off him, and all sorts. Let's not talk about that right now, but all them things happened. You know what I mean? But that was
where did he go afterwards? It was a Tottenham he went afterwards.
He went Tottenham, he went Leicester.
There's a QPR when he went to
He journeymaned it at the end. He kind of journeymaned it out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Celeste, but one of the best players not to win a league, I'd say. You know what? And that's a good thing, you know. That's another thing we can do.
Yeah.
In 11 of players great players who never won
the league,
the Premiership.
Gerrard.
Like up front, obviously, it's Harry Kane.
Yeah.
And here's the next debate then. That's what I was talking about. This is what I was going with the debate.
Yeah.
Here's the debate we could do as well.
Yeah, cool.
Who's had the better career? Harry Kane, Jamie Vardy? Because I was, and do you know why I'm putting this out there? Because I was listening to Talk Sport the other day, last week. I think it was the late night O'Hara and Cundy.
Yeah.
And I was talking about top 10 strikers, Premiership strikers. And they were saying, like, Jamie Vardy, he's not in the top 10, but he's in the top 20. And then they said, like, Kane's this, that, and that. But my argument is this. You lot are saying Harry Kane's in there, blah, blah, blah. Why? What did he help Tottenham achieve? That's what we'd be based on.
Yeah.
You understand? Doesn't mean... For me, Harry Kane scored a bag of goals for free for Tottenham. Didn't mean nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't mean nothing, bruv. I'm just being honest. So when you're gonna sit there and say, but he's a better striker than Jamie Vardy. Okay, I'm not gonna argue in the fact that he can probably finish. He's got more in his arsenal of finishing than Jamie Vardy. But to say you've had a better career, nah, bruv, I ain't having it. And the reason I'm saying is this. Look at the standard of players Harry Kane's playing in at Tottenham. He's playing with world-class. Big players are coming.
Modric, Bale.
Big players are coming and going at Tottenham. Now, let's get back to Leicester City. Jamie Vardy. He's playing with...
Mahrez.
The dregs. The dregs of what people didn't want. Remember, N'Golo Kante, nobody wanted him, fam. Remember,
Morgan.
Wes Morgan was at Nottingham Forest, overweight.
Yeah.
And all sorts. Came to Leicester, slim down. Look, Mahrez wasn't doing nothing in the French league.
Yeah.
Not league. He was in league. You understand? So, look at the Danny Drinkwater. You understand? The only person the only person we knew in Leicester's team that won the league was Kasper Schmeichel because of his dad.
Yeah.
Real talking.
Yeah.
Danny Simpson.
Wow.
Man United reject, didn't make it, didn't cut the grade at United.
Who's the guy
Danny Simpson went to Newcastle.
Who's next to Morgan in defence? Oh, who's that tall boy there?
Right there.
He was another...
Hoof. From Chelsea.
Yeah.
You understand? So when people are talking about Harry Kane, Harry Kane had a better supply line.
Yeah.
So what would Jamie Vardy have done in that Tottenham?
Well, they both clashed. Because when that season that Leicester won, Tottenham should have won the league that season. Everybody knows that was Tottenham's season, bro.
So this is the, I mean, that's the season when Tottenham finished third in a 2-horse race.
Yeah. Sorry, that was an Arsenal fan saying that.
I don't care, bro, because we get pelters every year. Bro, we can go and win the treble next year. We can do the quad next year. We'll still get pelters. We'll still get disrespected because it's the Arsenal, the black man team. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah. Wow, PSG's taking over that one, bro.
No, PSG's the black man team abroad.
Hey, I must admit, guys, you know what I'm saying? When you go to the youths down road, everyone's got PSD,
because they're relating. The black youths are relating because they saw the fan base.
Yeah.
They saw the fan base, and let's be real, they're represented on the pitch as well. Let's not kid ourselves. They're represented.
And they got a vibe in it. And when you see the changing room stuff, they're playing the tunes that the man's dancing to. You know what I'm saying?
But you see, that reminded me of the French national team when they won the World Cup. They had that kind of
vibe in it.
It seemed like they had that vibe.
The funny thing is,
I don't understand why PSG don't go and bring on Pogba and that.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow, you know what I'm saying? You never know.
Marseille wanted to bring, bruv. I don't know. Pogba's been, he can play since January. How come he ain't got a team yet?
Just take your time, because remember, De Gea took his little time to get a team. So you see him negotiating.
Yeah, but what you see, De Gea should never been without a team.
Yeah,
because nobody can come on here. Why did you go there? Nobody can come on here and tell me.
Look at that camera, that's Spurs.
Nobody can come and tell me that Onana is a better keeper than De Gea. He may be better with his feet, but that's about it.
Yeah.
And the disrespect. Yeah. Manchester United FC showed that David De Gea was mighty. How could you let him go on a free transfer? Nah, Bridget.
Well, you know,
not after what he's done. He's won leagues with you, you know. He won leagues with you know. He helped you win Europa Leagues and all sorts. Got you in Champions League. Saved Ollie's bacon minutes. Just on Arsenal games alone, Bridget. Arsenal games alone, I've seen. When you've looked at, you look at David Gea and say, bro, I want him tested, you know. I want that man tested because he had no right to make them saves he made today and we lost today. And nah, Bridget, David De Gea. Remember, if I said to you, I'd take David De Gea to Arsenal. And I'd bring him still now, but I don't think he wants to play second fiddle. Being honest, but I will bring him. He's a good goalkeeper.
No, I think, football is kind of funny these days. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, but going back to the standard, I don't think the standards dropped per se. Yeah. Obviously, because Man City fell off a cliff, and I think the reason the standard is being questioned is because there's no. Let's be real. The best race in our Premiership is for Champions League. That's the best race because Liverpool have already won the league.
Yeah.
The race what we're having for the Champions League should have been, including Liverpool, still Tottenham won, if you get what I'm saying.
Right.
So Arsenal are still in with a chat, City are still within a chat. All them teams should. That's how the league needs to run as a league.
But the thing is,
you know what I'm saying?
I have to come against one of the statements he made in your last time you was in here.
Go on.
You know, one of the managers actually kicked back on what you said. He said PSG are in the Farmers League, and the Farmers League top team has beaten.
Yeah, they have.
Beaten.
Okay. That's good, but it's the Farmers League. It doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want. You've beaten this, you've beaten that. Let's be real, PSG. You only got through because of the new format saved you. Let's be real and talk about this truthfully. Let's don't go on like keeping all that in a bag of chips. You came to Arsenal, you got boxed up 2-0. You know this. This is facts. I'm not making it on my head. It is a Farmers League because who else challenges you lot to win the league? Who? Marseille, if they have a great season. You know, once every blue moon, another team will win the league, but you're not challenged. You're like Bayern Munich. And people say that about the German league, another Farmers League. Facts. Let's talk the thing. And you're so not Farmers League. How many Champions League winners have you got from your league then? Farmer. Sorry? What was that? Oh, Marseille, the little teething one. The one time you won it. That's it.
Bazabali.
That's it. You've only got one, so that shows me the strength of your league title. Should we go to... People talk about this Farmers League, and I'm going to show you the difference of League One, Mr. Enrique, and this Farmers League. Let's say how many Champions League, European Cups you've got in Holland. Talk to me. Ajax got 3 on the spin.
Yeah.
PSV have won it. Yeah,
they've got more than
they won 3 on the spin. That's what I'm saying. Exactly my point. Exactly my point, Roger. Exactly my point. They won 3 on the spin with Cruyff days. Then.
Hold on a second, boy. Are you telling me you tell me no French team has won the Champions League?
Apart from Marseille, the little teeth in you. No, they haven't.
So that means
they're a farmers league. Yes, you're right.
That means Scotland League won it before that.
Exactly. So you tell me how he's not saying this. So you tell me how's that not a farmers league then?
So
explain. Explain to me, because you've only got one Champions League winner in your whole of your league history of League 1. Yeah? Nottingham Forest have won more than any club in France. Nottingham Forest, let that sink in, Mr. Enrique. Don't want your guns round here to me, Bridget. Don't want your guns round here to me, Bridget. I will put you in your place with facts. As I said to you, it is a farmers league. Let's talk the thing. Big respect. You beat Liverpool on penalties.
Well, PSG is only a new team. They're like Man City.
I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear excuses about the teams. You got Saudi money backing you, and you ain't come close. So shut your mouth. You had Messi, you had Neymar, you had Mbappe. What did you do?
Well, okay. We see. I hear what you said. We're gonna slip over to the PSG.
Can't tell me nothing. It's a farmers league, and as I says, compare your farming to the Dutch farming. You're not even close, so you still need to work on your thing.
The tulips are more valuable. But listen, right? So being as we're on the PSG mode now, apart from their really cool gear, right? PSG is a relative new team to the powers.
Yeah,
they're very.
Have they done 100 years? I don't think they've done 100. I think they've been like 2077
but
or something like that.
New team to even... The only thing you would know from PSG is if you know players that came from there, like a Kutcher, like Ronaldinho, like Paoletta.
Mikel Tapas, like Pochettino. I know, bruv. You know me. I'm a pugilist. Me know my football. Me know who come from PSG. Georgie Weah and them man there. You know, and
but
you know
David Ginola
and all them things. I know all them things, bruv. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
The same way they've gone on and won multiple league titles, why haven't they catapulted it further then? Why haven't they catapulted it further like the Ajaxes did? Ajax won it 3 times back to back. Ajax in their Farmers League. PSV have won it.
Listen,
PSV have won it. Just listen to that. Ajax and PSV. Who else is in there? Feyenoord haven't won. They've won the Euro. They haven't won the Champions League. But my point, what I'm saying is, look what Dutch football has done.
But Ajax did it with
look when Van Gaal did it with Kluivert and them.
They were like it's where PSG is where now. So it'd be interesting, Enrique, if you could do what Van Gaal did with a special generation.
When he says we beat such and such in the farmers, you can say that, bro, because it's a cup competition. It's a cup competition, and you know and I know, bro, it's one on the night. Look, great example, Man United, absolute cack in the Premiership, but give them a Thursday night and a foreign name, United turn on a different switch. I lie? It's facts, bro. It's facts. It's just facts, 100% facts. You know, and again, and here's the next one, and you can answer this, Mr. Enrique. What does it say about the rest of the Europa League if the 16th and 17th best clubs in our Premiership can get to the final? What does that say about the rest of Europe? What does that say about Lazio's? What does that say about all you people? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, and that's why I believe those two teams, whoever wins it, should not be allowed in the Champions League next year. I'm putting it out there. You shouldn't be allowed in. Flex if you want to be vexed. Banter if you want to be vexed. It's facts. You're the 17th best team in your country. It's for the top 4s and 5s. You shouldn't be sitting at the table, Bridget.
Right, so I still want to get to to you analysing PSG.
As I've told you. I've told you about the farmers.
No, not farmers. No. The actual game with Arsenal.
Oh, the actual game.
Over
the 2 games.
Look more towards that screen there. You always look at it.
My thing is this. Go. The difference for me, I don't make excuses, Roger, as you know. For me, I don't agree with what the manager said after. Pathetic statement. Absolutely needs a box. That the best team got knocked out. Well, I mean...
best team.
The best team played the night before. Just talking. Best team played the night before. And if you're talking about Barca got knocked out, well, maybe, we'll say that. But Arsenal. Anyway, the difference for Arsenal and PSG. PSG came to the Emirates. First 20 minutes, dictated the play, dominated, scored a goal, got the goal. Arsenal huffed and puffed for the rest of the game, didn't do nothing. Went to France, we did what PSG did, dominated the first 15-20. The only difference is we Donnarumma. Donnarumma was the difference in them 20 minutes. He stopped us getting onto the score sheet. That's the difference. And then we huffed and puffed, and we didn't do anything. They scored a goal out of nothing because he didn't see it coming. It was against the run of play. Great goal. And it's from there. for me, Arsenal just didn't have enough, bro. I'm not going to sit here and go on like to say we was robbed or this. I'm not going to make excuses about injuries, even though we've had injuries. We have. Let's be real. Everybody knows them.
Yeah, you've got 2 strikers.
At the same time, we've gotten here without those same strikers. We went to Madrid and beat them without the strikers. So you can't make excuses when you lose. But you know, when you win, it's da. So reality for me, we weren't good enough. If I'm being honest, we was never good enough from the beginning of the season. You know how I say, I told you from the beginning. Yeah. We lost the league by 2 points last year with the squad we got. We haven't improved that squad. So how do you think you're going to win the league if you haven't improved that squad? You know what I mean? And then Mikel Arteta needs to look at his management style because he is tiring the players out. He only picks from a core group of 15, 16.
He didn't really move around the squad, even though he's lost the league.
He doesn't move. He doesn't do that. Yeah. And that's where he's, that's where he didn't learn from Pep good. Because if you watch Pep, Pep's playing Liverpool next weekend, but they've got, say, Aston Villa. Kevin De Bruyne's on the bench. Because he's saving him for the Liverpool game. Because he knows, I think I've got enough.
In my squad, to do
that. I can say Kevin De Bruyne. He don't do that. We can play whoever, and he's playing his big hitters all day. And then when you want the rest, he ain't playing them.
Do you think that, I know because I know people, it's funny because I watched Turkish's
breakdown.
YouTube.
I don't watch them geezers, bro. I don't watch
but
them.
The thing is, you know what? He went to the game, innit? Because he went to the game and he went to the ultras.
They're all about Robbie. They're all under Robbie's little umbrella, and they just say things to get for the views. Me, I speak from my heart, bro. It's not. I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting nothing from nothing. This is just me as an Arsenal fan. You've given me a platform where I can just put my views. So I just talk the thing. But you know me, I'm an honest fan. Honest, I don't see things through Arsene Wenger coloured glasses and that, you know what I mean? I talk the thing. So for them man just do things for clickbait and all that. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, an honest assumption of our team this year, we ain't been good enough, bro. We wasn't good enough in the transfer market. The one thing if I have to give Mikel Arteta any form of praise is the fact that he's been able to keep us second without a Saka, without a recognised striker, and he's been able to maintain us in that position to today. Yeah. I have to give him respect for that.
They got the budget, they should have the money to go and get...
In that sense. But at the same time, January window was there, league was still in touching distance, go and buy that geezer who brings you over the line. That's the difference between Arsene Wenger, and Alex Ferguson, and a Mikel Arteta. Because they see that, when Fergie was losing behind Man City, what do you think? All he kept on dreaming about, if I can just get Robin Van Persie from Arsenal. That's all he felt about. If I can just get Robin Van Persie from Arsenal.
They were vexed, Fergie was vexed. Listen, I remember when we lost on the last day.
Come on, vexed, because he thought they won the leagues one day. Everybody's gone home, everybody's in the change room, celebrating, doing the thing, and then what's happened. So, and he just thought, that's never happening to me again. Yeah. I'm not having it. Getting to that stage, that's why he went out and bought a 20-goal a season, recognised striker.
And he was about 30 at the time, innit? He said,
that's the Van Persie's greatest season for Arsenal. That's the facts, because he was there about 9 years. He was injured for about 7. And he had about 2 good seasons. But we knew the quality of Robin Van Persie.
And he went to Man United.
And he banged off.
I remember when he scored a free kick against Man City, man.
Yeah. He shouldn't have gone in, really. You just knew
his volley from Wayne Rooney.
That was the icing on the cake. That was a big game. But yeah, so going back to, as I says, for me, PSG. A lot of people wax lyrical about the best team in Europe. I don't think they were better. They're the best team in Europe.
No. PSG are still a season or 2 away from being a force.
Are fortunate, bro. They're fortunate.
Okay, well,
against Aston Villa. Bro, Aston Villa. Let's not forget the Villa game, bro. Yeah. They were fortunate. If Villa didn't switch off.
Think about Liverpool game.
If Villa didn't switch off over there and it was 2-1 instead of 3-1, this conversation we ain't having. We ain't having this conversation. So, and that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't get gassed up into all the gas. Oh, yeah, PSG. You battered Liverpool, but you couldn't score.
But you didn't want Villa though.
No, I didn't want Villa at the two. Not because I feared Villa more than PSG. No, the bants, bro. Because I'd rather lose to a PSG than, bro. Aston Villa got to the final. My team's expensive. Nah. Bro, you know, wouldn't you rather have lost to PSG than lost to Liverpool?
Bro,
come on. All right then. There you go.
Bro.
All right then. Let's flip the script.
Yeah.
You got the next Wednesday.
Yeah.
If you lose, it's gonna burn you more because you lost to Tottenham. You know this, Prem. I'm telling you, it's because it's Tottenham.
Yeah.
And you know you're gonna get all you're gonna remember is Fergie saying, it's only Tottenham. You know, and you've lost to Tottenham. Fergie's gonna be turning, bro. If you losing in a major final to Tottenham.
Bro, let me go into the details because we might have to I'm gonna go, oh gosh, I gotta live stream that, man. I'm gonna have to cancel football training. Wednesday the 21st of May. Okay,
yeah, you have
cool.
to cancel that.
Yeah, I have to cancel one football session. I gotta do a live stream.
It's a big game, man.
Live streaming that, man. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, watch out. We're gonna live stream.
Yeah, I think I might turn up for that.
Oh goodness,
I might turn up for that.
I bet you Steve will turn up as well, mate. All the hate along and watch along.
I'm just looking, bro. If Man United score, I'll be celebrating with you on live, brother. Live, brother. I mean, I tell you, I feel no way, bro.
No, but. Oozing would be unbearable, bro.
Not because of I've got a problem with Tottenham winning the trophy. Tottenham's a team at the end of the day. It's just people like Oozing.
Bro, Oozing will go on, bro. He will go on for about
he'll go on for the next 10 years, bro. That'll be his thing for the next 10 years. Yeah, when you, man, didn't win this, and Robbie, we got bigger fish to fry. And he's got to go on all them. Bro.
He won't let it go, you know, bro. And at the moment, bro, we got no players for.
Bro, from when I seen him going to the PSG, doing the PSG thing, I thought, bro, this kid just took it too far. But you know what? He just confirmed everything I believe. That's what Tottenham fans. That's your biggest thing, bro. That's the Tottenham fans' biggest thing. Hoping Arsenal don't do anything and hoping that they win a cup. That's their biggest moment. That's better than having kids for
listen, bro, these guys haven't celebrated anything all their lives.
2008. All Uzi knows about is 2008. That's all he knows. Other than that, he knows about losing finals.
I can't even. That's not even a significant thing to me. I can barely remember that final. Boy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like one of them ones where it's like,
it's Carabao Cup. Nobody watches that. Bro. Let's be real.
They beat Chelsea or something. Was it Chelsea?
Yeah, I think it was Chelsea. That's what made it so significant. Yeah. Because they don't usually beat Chelsea. Chelsea used Tottenham as a beating stick.
Yeah.
For years. For years. You know what I mean?
Oh, boy, absolutely crazy. But anyway, okay, so now let's go to the better game. The better game, not even better game, because Arsenal versus PSG was still a good game in terms of, intrigue.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It wasn't a bad game. It's just the problem was when you had a game where you had the best defense in the Champions
Arsenal's
League.
thing, and that's Arsenal's problem this season. We haven't been able to capitalise when we've been on top in games.
Yeah, cool.
We haven't got that.
Yeah.
Look how many times we've been 1-0 up and you see us peg back draw games. We're the biggest draw. 13, I think it is, bro. Nobody's close to that. Not even. Nobody's close to that.
Yeah.
Liverpool drew about 4 games. City drew about 3 games. We've got 13 draws, bro. 13.
Too much. It's just converting them over.
Yeah, of course.
Going to the better game now. The better game in terms of goals, but I have to say it was a game.
Bro, just talk the thing. Going to the game of the game of the game. The game of the year,
Make sure you look
bro.
at that screen, bro. Okay, you look at it. It's like
turn that off.
Yeah. That screen is for you. A production screen that is, man.
Okay, so it was the better game.
Barca. Inter's coming in with a strong defense, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's strong defense.
Going into the game, everybody's Barcelona, but me, I think of things, and I remember the Mourinho game.
Yeah.
And I remember, I remember they boxed them up in the San Siro 3-1, and they went to Camp Nou and done the rope-a-dope on them. Just made them just do what they were doing and just lost 1-0. I think they lost 1-0.
Yeah.
On the night, but that was calm. But I thought first leg, Inter need to get a good lead.
Okay.
Because I know Barcelona are not the greatest to travellers. They don't.
Yeah.
Defensively, they're not. You don't ever think like Barcelona are going to keep a clean sheet against you. You always know you're going to get a chance or two against Barcelona. Yeah. So I thought Inter's best bet would probably get a 2-1, 3-1 win to that back to.
Yeah.
No, it was at Camp Nou first, I went it. So when Inter were 2-0 up, I thought, game's locked off, bro.
Yeah. You lock it down.
But Simone didn't do that, though. Inzaghi didn't do that. I don't know what it was. Must have thought, we've gone here.
Or is it you just can't lock down Lamel?
whatever. Yeah, it could be that. You tried what you did, but Lamar was at home as well. Got the fans behind him. He did what he did, and as I said, that youth's got no manners. He must have been brought up through the care system. He's got no manners, fam. He's got no manners. That
played under 20-year-old football at the age of 13.
17, making big man look like some idiot, fam. You know what I mean? Jano, and I know mans must be getting frustrated, thinking this boy's making me look a joke.
Yeah. No, what he did to my youth there, the left wing back when he left him on the floor, bro. Oh, I was just like,
DeMarco.
And DeMarco's
not no idiot.
No, he's not, bro.
He's not no idiot as well. That's the thing about it.
On the floor looking, you know, you're sliding and you're looking, going, oh God, just got done.
Yeah.
Imagine you.
But that game there, the 3-3 in Camp Nou, I didn't think they could top that, bro.
Okay.
I did not think they could top that. I did not expect what happened at the Sunset. I did not expect that. And then to say that they went, you know, for me, the turning point for me though, Inter again stormed off. Can't keep a lead. What's all that about? Because I remember watching the day. Okay, this was the day before the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
I've watched the game now, and I'm saying to myself, we beat PSG. We're taking that cup home, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying to myself. Watching the game, I'm thinking,
because these guys are open.
We beat PSG. Our defence ain't open like that, fam. My defence ain't open like that. As bad as my defence has its moments, my defence ain't open like that, fam. You understand? So I'm thinking, if this is how it's going on, I don't mind whoever. The only concern mine would be, we ain't got the forwards to capitalise. This is what I'm saying. We don't have the forwards, but I know defensively we're strong.
We're
so strong.
You get two set pieces, and then
if we got, even if we had a Kai Havertz, bro. Even if we had a Kai Havertz, I would have been half bet. I think we could have. I think we'd have got through.
Okay.
If we had a Kai Havertz, and I'm not saying Kai Havertz is prolific or anything, far from.
But I just think
what he can bring to the game as well. You know, because what he brought to the game is pretty much what Mourinho pushing up brought to the game.
Yeah. He's more of a forward than Mourinho, but that physicality and technicality.
Attributes. He's not the fastest of runners, just like Havertz, but he brings that same kind of thing. So I just feel that for me, if Arsenal had a number 9, we would have beat PSG, took chances, beat PSG. And I was not fearing Barca or Inter.
Okay.
From what I saw on that night. So Inter were 2-0 up. I think Barca pulled it back to 2-2. Then they went 3-2. The first time they led in the tie.
Yeah.
With 3 minutes to go.
Yeah. Lamar got through as well.
I did not expect what happened after that.
Yeah. But Lamar got through and he hit the bar, innit?
Hit the post.
But he hit the post, innit? Hit the post.
Hit the post, and then that's when they went back the other end and scored.
That's an old boy.
The old guy. Been sick finish though.
Yeah.
Sick finish though. The way he got himself in front of the defender to get the ding.
Yeah.
Sick finish. You have to respect it.
Yeah, man. And then
you have to respect it, and then.
And the finish for the last goal as a finish is all the finishes, bro. I'm thinking top about draw. It. All of them are top finishes.
Top draw. Great game. It's a shame.
That went the final.
They're the kind of finals you would like to be in.
Yeah. But they're never like that, did it?
No, they're not. But it reminds me, it's like the World Cup final, though. Argentina, like that,
true.
Argentina, and then Kylian turned it on his head. You know what I mean? And that geezer, I can't never remember, Carlo, Moura, whatever he is.
Is that Juventus now, innit?
I know you still have nightmares. I know you do, fam. Because I still have nightmares watching it, seeing how you missed, because I hate Argentina. Didn't want him to win the World Cup. I wanted Kylian to defend it. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. You know what I mean? So great game. Brilliant advert for the Champions League. And it was a great advert for the new format, because the old format, we wouldn't have got a game like that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
You know what I mean?
So who is going to win it? PSG or Inter Milan?
That's a great question, you know. It's a great question.
I'm going for Inter because it just...
If I have to go hand on my heart...
Experience.
I'll go with...
Emotion, PSG.
I want PSG to win.
I want PSG to win, yeah.
I want PSG to win. For the simple fact, got the more people like me.
Yeah.
And, you know...
It's international Arsenal, man. It's international Arsenal.
Inter have got that Argentinian striker, and I don't penny Argentinian strikers. You know, anybody who was on the plane singing the songs with Enzo, you're accountable. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So for that, PSG. I want PSG to win.
But
And I want... you know what?
I want PSG to
I
win.
want PSG to win as well. For French football.
Yeah.
For French football, because to be fair...
They produce a lot of players.
They've produced a lot of quality players, bro. Let's be real.
And not to win anything.
And they don't really get the recognition. And this is what I'm trying to say to Luis Enrique. The big French players have to leave France to go and do things.
Yeah.
That's why your league's a farmers' league, fam. Your league can't sustain the stars.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
It kind of cultivates it.
You have to leave. So you have to. You get to a certain point and you have to go.
You have to go to a supermarket, man.
And that's why your league's is a farmers' league.
Yeah, it feeds the supermarkets, man.
And that's not with no disrespect. I'm not saying it through a disrespectful. I'm just being real with the thing, as I says. When you want to talk about farmers' league, you're going to come up against. We've been living for years that the Dutch league's the Farmers League, but look how many Champions League winners they've produced.
Still produce, yeah.
You know, as I says, PSV Eindhoven have won the Champions League. Ajax have won it, dominated it 3 seasons, won it on the spin. Cruyff days. Then Van Gaal come with the new breed, with Seedorf and Davids and Kluivert and that, you know, the young breed. And again, look, a Farmers League, they couldn't stay at Ajax to grow. They had to come and go to Europe. That's what farmers' leagues do. Premiership don't need to do that. Steven Gerrard showed you that. Can stay at Liverpool, have a successful career in his country, competitive from day one to the end. Can't do that in France, bro. You're not competitive. You're only competitive when you play Marseille. You might be competitive if you play Nice, depending on who they sign. You might be competitive against Lyon. That's it. Yeah. Premiership. You're competitive against Ipswich. You're competitive against Bournemouth. You're competitive against Southampton. You compete every week in, week out. No farmers around here. No farmer jaws around here, brother.
And I think that's what makes the Premiership such a great.
No farmers around here, brother. And you know, I won't call it a farmers, but Spain is pretty much like agriculturally. It's an agricultural league. Yeah, it is. Take out Madrid. Take out Madrid and Barcelona. What's really popping off? What's really popping off for Spain?
I thought
Atletico not really doing nothing.
Bro, I thought Atletico Bilbao would have caused us trouble.
Bro, made me look a right clown. Atletico Bilbao, thank you very much. Williams brothers made me look a right chump. Like, man don't know what he's talking about. Come on, Freds, I've gone on to other things. Yeah, United are going to find it hard against Bilbao, especially at home. Final's going to be there. And you folded over and made them come to your manor and beat you 3-0. And it could have been more. Bro, I'm so ashamed. And I tell you what, Nico Williams Jr., stay there. You ain't worth the wages you think you're supposed to be getting. You're not worth it, bro. You only won the Euros because of the geezer at Barcelona. Yeah. I hope to God, and I put it out there, Arsenal fan, Arteta, please don't buy Nico Williams.
Somebody's going to pick him up, though.
He isn't the guy.
Yeah.
Take his pace away. What's he got?
Yeah. Do you think...
He's got 4... I've watched him this season. He's got 4 goals, 4 assists.
Well, okay, say if you're Man City now, you got Doku or Williams.
Doku.
Okay.
Doku's done.
Cool.
Doku, do you reason why? Doku does it in the Premiership. Nico Williams is struggling to do it in the Agriculture League, as we just spoke about.
Struggling to do it against Man United, mate.
Bro, they didn't even turn up for the second leg. The two of them stayed at home. Went to visit the cousins, Serena and Venus.
Yo, we're waiting for that one, you know. You're waiting for that. But I don't want to spend too much time on Man United and Tottenham. I think we're going to do watch along, and I think we'll have some fun with that one anyway. Still, yeah. I think they both had. You know,
can do a preview show. Just on that final next week, next Tuesday.
Yeah. We'll look into that, man. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into that. But the news as well coming, we have to deal with as well is Ancelotti going to Real Madrid. Leaving Real Madrid, going to Brazil. Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, bruv, but I'm happy.
I'm a Brazilian fan.
Don Carlo, bro. Don Carlo at Brazil.
Yeah.
Great news that is. Yeah. Vini's going to go and talk to the man. Listen, Don Carlo's the man. Don't worry about nothing. He's going to get us going.
Do you think Mbappe messed him up?
No.
Okay.
I don't think Mbappe's messed him up at all.
He messed up his whole tactics and stuff.
I just think, you know what? I think it's more down to the players than the manager. Because you've got to put your ego aside, bro. For the team. You understand? And for me, if it's Mbappe, if Mbappe's coming and caused that, somebody needs to talk. One of them, the Rudigers, needed to talk to him. You can't come to Real Madrid, biggest club in the world. You ain't got no talk in this club. You've done nothing for this club. You ain't won nothing at this club. So you can't come in here demanding. You can't demand that you should be on the left more than Vinny Jr., who's won 2 Champions League, scored in 2 finals for this club, won 2 Champions League finals for this club, blah, blah, blah. You got no talk to be, and that, for me, so if Ancelotti allowed that to happen, that's more on him.
Okay, cool. So, saying that as a Real Madrid fan,
yeah, you know me.
How are you feeling about Alonso being the next manager?
Oh, bro, come on. If Alonso didn't go to Madrid, I was bringing him to Arsenal.
I don't think Liverpool fans would like that.
Who cares what Liverpool fans think? They got Arne Slot. You know what I mean? So safe. If Alonso wasn't going to Madrid and he was available, when people used to ask me if I had to go to, I used to say Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, straight in.
So
first.
What about Klopp? Klopp or Alonso? Which one would you have?
If I could have Klopp, I would have took Klopp, bro.
Yeah.
Because Klopp's tried and trusted in the Premiership. He knows everything about it, blah, blah. But I can't see Klopp coming to an English club. No.
I'm talking about Real Madrid. As a Real Madrid fan, Klopp or Alonso?
Oh, as a Real Madrid fan?
Yeah.
I don't mind. Don't bother me. Both winners.
Okay, cool.
That's how I see it. Both winners. Alonso more I relate to because he played for the club.
Yeah.
And that, seen him remember it. But, yeah.
Okay. But Brazil just need help at the moment, man. But
you know what? As good as a manager Ancelotti is, I hope he's got a great scout. I hope his son scouts for him really good because Brazil have got everything apart from a proper number 9. And I'm not sure about the defence. I mean, they got Marquinhos. I'm not sure who plays next to him now.
Well, you got Marquez. They're trying to do Gabriel. They're trying to use Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Good and they got the guy at Nottingham Forest as well. The big chunk. Yeah. So, bro, you know what? Brazil's got a lot of average ballers out around the place. I would say above average players, but it's like Rafinha. When Rafinha was at where it leads, you never really thought much of him.
I didn't think he was that kind of player. I didn't think he'd go to.
But I know he wanted him at Arsenal.
But you know what, though? But this is what I always say again. You see, that's the difference of when you're playing around quality week in, week out. No disrespect to Leeds United, but Rafinha's playing with, what's the geezer up top? Number 9.
Yeah, but from Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gone from him to Robert Lewandowski. He's
always injured. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the levels, bigger players, and that's why you have to, again, that's why you have to leave. You have to leave teams to go to bigger teams so you can develop as a player.
Yeah.
And these are what, going like the Liverpool fans disrespecting Trent and that. He's going to leave Liverpool. As great as Liverpool you might think are, look around the team, how many world-class players have they got? Alisson, Van Dijk, Salah, that's it. Go to Madrid, he's got more than 3.
Okay, right. Now this is something quite serious to myself. I cannot believe it now, Marcus. You're not here to defend Liverpool here still. So and H, you know what I'm saying. Just want to make sure people identify you correctly. DJ H, that is. Yes, he's a Liverpool fan. Just pointing out there because these guys put out when they need to put out anyway. So yeah, I'm just saying, on the need to put out and cuss off your own fans for booing.
Trent Alexander-Arnold.
I'm not hearing no come back on that, bro. I'm just hearing. I'm not hearing nobody say that. Yo,
I'll tell her like Carragher did. Carragher did say.
Cool.
Carragher did say, and you know me, I'm not a Jamie.
Bro, we no way.
You know but Carragher did say that shouldn't have happened. That's not right.
And the thing is, the boy's been there for 20 years.
The boy's a scouser. Yeah. The boy's been at the club from his youth. He's won 2 Premierships. Just let that sink in. More than your glory Steven Gerrard ever did. Yeah. He's won the same amount of Champions League Steven Gerrard did.
The one.
But why is he getting booed? And he hasn't done nothing Steven Gerrard didn't do because Steven Gerrard left Liverpool. Albeit, you might say, it's at the end of his career, but he still left Liverpool.
But the thing is, I heard that burning about he leaves the club for free. End of the day, guys, Don't
That's
get
down to
twisted.
Liverpool, though.
That's nothing to do.
That's nothing to do with Trent. You lot knew
Yeah.
the situation of his contract when you did. You lot are in charge.
Yeah.
Obviously, we fans don't know.
Yeah.
But the facts of the matter is, so you can't be having a go at Trent. Oh no, because he's gone on a free. He should have got some money for the club, and no, mate. The board needed to come and talk to me. The board needed to come and talk to me. They didn't come and talk. So what do you want me to do, lad?
Bro, listen, that's scary. That's scary. I can tell where you spent your time in your early 20s, man. But listen,
Good at drama, bro. Good at drama, man.
Bro,
you know what I mean?
bro.
But on a real, don't be having a go at Trent Alexander. That's disgraceful. That's the board.
Yeah.
Whoever's in charge of contracts, and nothing to do with Arnie Slot. So he shouldn't even be getting questioned about Trent because he's come and inherited that situation. Even with the Mo, Salah and Van Dijk, he inherited that. Mismanagement, that is, bro. That's mismanagement. And I can say that as an Arsenal fan because I've seen mismanagement at the greatest.
But for me, bro, Owen, McManaman, all of his players left Liverpool.
McManaman left when the Bosman just bossed. He was the first one.
Yeah.
McManaman.
Was he a free? Was he free? He was a free. Thank you, matey. See you later.
He was a free.
Owen was a couple mil though.
I'm sure Owen was a transfer fee, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But he was coming up to the end of his contract.
So it wasn't big money.
So it wasn't big money.
It's like,
come on, Michael Owen was supposed to go for some change back in the day. But he went for chump change, But I don't know if you've seen it. There was a podcast I saw yesterday, and Michael Owen was on there.
Okay.
Michael Owen was in the studio, John Barnes in the studio, and John Barnes says Michael Owen wasn't the only Liverpool legend to be offered to move to Madrid, but the other legend turned it down. John Barnes is talking about himself. John Barnes is talking about himself. Well, I'm going to have to do some research about that because I'm not 100% sure about that. Because I don't recall at the time Real Madrid wanted to sign because we don't know who Real Madrid signed. Larry Cunningham. So when man's trying to take props off Real Madrid, we're going to say, I'm going to do the research, I'm going to see.
But European teams were known to make mistakes when purchasing black players.
Yeah.
Because they made a mistake.
Yeah, I see Milan did when they bought Luther Blissett.
I wanted John Barnes.
He wanted John Barnes and that.
He's absolutely crazy.
That's the old, every Negro looks the same and that, innit? Come on.
Imagine, bro.
How can you get Luther Blissett? Oh, they played for Watford together.
Yeah. So imagine, bro, getting that wrong. Bro, you're getting sacked in the morning, bro. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Luther. And the joke is, Luther's made money
the reason why I say John Barnes saying... John Barnes is a coward though, and I would challenge him. I'd love to challenge him because when John Barnes is talking, John Barnes, at the height of John Barnes' career, Serie A was the place. Serie A, remember it, bro? Come on. Serie A was the place.
It was.
Fiorentina came with a firm bid for him, and he bottled it.
Yeah,
he bottled it. Stay at Liverpool, become the highest paid player in the Premiership, and £10,000 a week. I never forget it.
I remember when he got that contract.
Yeah, and because Fiorentina wanted him and he bottled it, stayed at Liverpool. So he can sit there talking about he turned down Madrid. I don't believe you're staying at Liverpool to turn down Real Madrid. I'm not having it, bro. I ain't having it.
Because the thing is, at the time as well,
Madrid have always been Madrid. Yeah. Madrid have always been Madrid.
And it was probably even easier than back then days to get into Champions League.
Larry Cunningham signed for Real Madrid. I remember it, bro.
Yeah. Because Barca was nothing back then to them guys. Real Madrid was so far ahead of Barca. Everybody's getting gassed about Barca now. But Barca only really came true strong.
When Cruyff became manager, that's when the re-emergence of Barcelona came. Other than that, there was behind the doldrums.
Remember when they won the thing at Wembley? Wembley. And they beat Koeman's free kick. That's the one. Yeah,
man. And Sampdoria all over them. Missed chance after chance after chance. And they got the free kick and he scored. Yeah, man, I remember it.
Koeman was cold, you know.
He was dangerous. He was never a centre half. He was never a centre half. He was a midfielder, bro. Never a centre half. I just think they put him in defence because he couldn't get in the midfield because he had Rijkaard and them man. So he couldn't get in there. So they thought we'll just put you in the centre half.
The Dutch made room for ballers. You know?
Man, they did, bro.
They made room. If you're a baller, they said, listen, you're playing there, and everybody else do your covering ones.
And again, Luis Enrique will draw the comparison. You see, Ronald Koeman had to leave the Farmers League of Dutch football, even though they were winning European Cups, because he wanted to go and test himself at the highest level in Europe. And we all know PSG, signing for PSG is not testing yourself. The only time PSG get tested is when they play in the Champions League. You know what I mean? Like, my question to, I can't pronounce his name, Cottage, whatever his name is, the winger. Why did you sign for PSG? You could have come to the Premiership, bro. You would have got more of a challenge. And that's why I find.
I don't think nobody was serious for him.
I don't think nobody expected him to be sold. Because you know Napoli, mid-season as well. Come on, bro.
Bro, bag of money.
You know what? Easter is already the Francis or whatever his name is.
He's a Georgia
for 70 mil,
bro. And the worst thing is, he works back, bro.
Yeah, man,
he works hard.
I would have bought him because that was a question I raised to Mikel Arteta. Don't you watch European football? Why didn't you go and make the bid for the left winger?
Because he's a bit better than Martinelli.
I would have offered they got him for 70. I would have offered 35 and I give you Martinelli a part of the deal. How about that? That's what I would have said. Jono.
And if McTominay can do a thing over there, you know what I mean?
Again, Scott McTominay, because he's been tarred with the Man United brush, he's a lot better player than he's given credit for.
Played in his position.
Yeah,
played in his position.
He's a lot better player than he's given credit for.
But he works for Conte's style of football. Yeah, he works for that Conte style football. But anyway, we cannot forget, bro. We're forgetting the trophy, important trophy in the UK as well, the FA Cup.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Final this week,
so when's the final?
This week, Saturday.
Get lost.
Swear down.
For goodness sake. You know these things are cool.
Swear down, and that's why City were fuming.
Oh, bro, I'm busy. I'm busy
going into the cup final.
Yeah. So I can't do a live stream. I can't live stream.
Against Southampton.
Yeah.
They drew 0-0 at the day.
Let me see. Sugar, Saturday 17th. Yeah, but I'm working then, so I can't. Well, I can watch it on my finger. But listen, that's crazy. But the thing is, Crystal Palace versus Man City. Who are you supporting?
Palace all day, man. You know what I mean? It's a good question, because as I've told you, growing up as a kid, I always had a soft spot for Man City.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
I don't know what it was. Always had
was
a soft
spot.
spot.
Goat? Was it
Before Sean Goat, I've known Man City from back a day, bro. Georgie Kincladze and them man there.
Kincladze, remember Kincladze, bro.
Kincladze, the
at Main Road,
the original Georgian, bro. The original Georgian magician.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember them from them days.
The goat, man. Feed the goat.
And he was scoring that. Dikov,
and
all that. You know, so I've always had a soft spot for Man City.
Weaver and goals and all that business. Yeah.
Alex Williams, first black goalie I remember, played for Man City.
Man City. Yeah.
So I've always had a soft spot for City. But growing up, I had a cousin. He was on the books of Crystal Palace. I remember I used to go to London, stop with my family, stop in Penge, around the corner from Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace,
so I've always had that affinity with Crystal Palace. Then and Bright.
Yeah, of course,
Andy Gray. I never forget Andy Gray though.
Yeah, Andy Gray's a baller now. He's a baller.
Never get the props. I didn't rate you. You went to Tottenham though. Didn't rate when you went to that, but I rated you at
Solarco.
John Solarco, big baller.
Coleman in defence.
Yeah, man. They've had some good players. Alan Pardew, bro. Pardew, Villa Park, Liverpool beat Liverpool in the semi-final. Don't miss about, bro. John Barnes in the candy ship.
Because the thing is, Liverpool cooked them literally a few weeks before in the league, man.
Remember Liverpool gave them a 9 as well.
9 as well. 9 is 9. I didn't want to say it, you know.
Give them a 9. I remember Ian Wright talks about it all the time. Always talks about because he played in that game.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace.
Bro, I just remember Crystal Palace played against Man United in the final, man. It was like
that's what again.
Bro, that was a long final, man. A long final.
Righty and Palace again because nobody really. But when Righty come off the bench in that final,
bro, he's cooking.
Went on with a madness that we knew he could do anyway.
It's
a shame that they lost though. That was the thing for me.
It wasn't.
It was a shame that they lost. For me, anyway.
Went to replaying it because they replayed, and the replays back then was replaying a couple of days.
Thursday was the Thursday. You won 1-0, I think.
Yeah.
Lee Martin scored the goal.
I think he sacked the goalkeeper because Jim Leighton was in goal.
Jim Leighton was in goal, yeah. And
after
that,
Lee Martin.
He went downhill after that, innit?
Yeah, man. He had to go,
Fergie,
man.
And the thing about it, Fergie brought Jim Leighton because he was his goalie at Aberdeen.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And after the Man United, him and Fergie never spoke.
Jeez.
Jim Leighton took it hard, bro. If you read about Jim Leighton, the Man United team took him hard, bro. Went to depression and everything.
Wow. And the thing is, it just wasn't good. He just
deteriorated. It's just like something head just went, and he was because before that he was a sick goalkeeper. I remember him at Aberdeen. But it was one of them.
Yeah, you got it.
FA Cup final. I'm looking at hoping City win. I mean,
hoping City win.
Sorry, Palace. Hoping Palace win.
Yeah.
Eze. Palace absolutely strolled to 3 points at White Hart Lane yesterday. Absolutely embarrassing. And as I said, you know, when these pundits expressions and all that saying if Tottenham win a trophy, they've had a better season than Arsenal. If you can honestly really believe and think that in your heart, you don't know football, bro. Really and truly, because if you break it down, let's break it down your season. Tottenham, you got to a Carabao Cup semi-final. You got to the Europa League final.
Yeah.
And you finished 17th in the league. Yeah?
It sounded good until you said that.
Okay. That's Tottenham's season. Okay, let's look at across Arsenal. If you win the trophy, you've had a better season. Arsenal got to the same Carabao Cup semi-final as you did. Got to the Champions League semi-final. And we're second in the league. Who's had the best season? Remember, you know, what did they say?
Bro, who's just waiting till Wednesday, bro? He's gassing out to Wednesday.
Your bread and butter is your league form.
Yeah.
And this is what I say. That's what I put in the group. If you remember, I put in the group. If your aspirations is to win a trophy, and that's it, well, yeah, you've had a more successful season than Arsenal. You've picked up a trophy. Arsenal didn't. But what was your objectives? To finish high in the league, to get a Champions League place through either winning the league or finishing in the top 5 positions. Yeah. The bonus is winning a cup. The bonus is winning a cup. But you're judged on your league form, bro. Everybody will tell you that. So it's only those little sick, idiot, fickle fans now want to talk about foolishness. It's just like me sitting here saying, but we've won charity shields, we've won trophies. People look at me and think, is it for real?
Yeah.
That's clutching at straws, brother.
Yeah.
And that's what Tottenham and Man United are doing right now. Clutching at straws. Because let's be real, Man United, doesn't matter if you win the Europa League. Yeah, the fans are going to be happy and you'll celebrate. But really and truly, finishing 16th, bro. 16th in the Premiership. That's just not cutting it, fam.
And I think, me personally, I'm just like this. I just want the season to end, to be honest, and just reset. I do feel sorry for Amrin because he's almost got a lot of people on his case. And I was talking to a Man United fan this morning about it. He said, you've got 10 years built up of actually trash transactions, absolutely and it just got worse when you really look back at what Ten Hag did, and I think the last window was the first decent window of not overspending of players, buying rubbish. So for example, we bought Xerxes for 30 mil, you know what I'm saying? In the old regime, he would have been 65 million. You know what I'm saying? If they would have spent, I'm not saying Xerxes is a rubbish player. I'm just saying they would have overspent on that player.
You mean like you did with Haaland?
Spent
75 million on Haaland. Just let that sink in. You bought Xerxes for 35 from the same Italian league. Now Xerxes just helped Bologna get Champions League. So, and what did?
And was in the team of the season. He was in Serie A team of the season.
Did Highland help Atlanta get into any of the European competitions?
No, he was on a bench.
There you go. And you paid 75 million for him. Ten Hag insisted you spent it as well.
But the thing is, this is the regime that they had in place, and I feel that the new regime has to ground zero. You know what I'm saying?
You have to start off. Yeah,
you have to ground zero. And ground zero
do you know what?
is needed.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Where you feel sorry for Amarin, but at the same time, I don't know.
Yeah, go on.
In the sense of, Yeah, I understand you've done all that.
Yeah.
But you've just been stubborn in, I have to play free at the back, Why couldn't you have come in and just appeased to everybody, play a 4-4-2, to finish mid-table, top 10,
Yeah.
still get the objective of getting to the Europa League, because that was your objective from day one.
Yeah.
United, it was always day one to get to that. That was your objective. And Tottenham's, to be fair, it would have been to get to that. But he's been stubborn in his tactics. It don't work in the Premiership, the 3-5. It's not working, but it works in Europe. He's getting joy from playing the same system.
Wolves play the same system
in Europe. Okay.
And West Ham.
Yeah, but it's working for Wolves. Look how many points Wolves have won since your manager's been there.
They got players that can fit their system now as well.
But you see, this is for me. That's excuses. This is the great Man United. It's Man United, bro. You can't be coming with it. Yeah, but it's Man United. It's Man United. You like to tell people you're up there with Real Madrid as the biggest club in the world. So if you're the biggest club in the world or second biggest club in the world, I don't want to use the excuses, but they've got players who can adapt to the system. Bro, you're buying footballers. You're buying footballers. You're not just buying he's a footballer who started off at right midfield, but 3 years later he's converted to a left back. How does that happen? So I don't want to hear the excuses that, you got the players. He's a professional footballer. You train him until he adapts to the style of play that you want to play. Now, if Amorim wants to play a 3-5-2, but he hasn't got the players, well, play the players that you've got. Play the 4-4-2 because you've got those players.
Yeah.
So play that.
Yeah.
Until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Get where you need to get. Further up the league, so your pot of money that you're going to get. Because I don't know what you're getting down for 16th. I don't know what kind of money you get down at 16th.
150,000.
You know what I mean? But you've missed out on them big millions up a day, what United have always been used to. You know what I mean? So you should have done that for me. Acclimatise, get your league position. And so that's why, when you heard me coming, I was saying, I ain't having this Tottenham excuse. Postecoglou yesterday, the man said to him, this is the 20th defeat. Yeah, but everybody knows why we've lost 20 games this season. So the man's going, please tell us. Well, if you don't know why we've lost 20 games, you shouldn't be doing your job. No, Ange, no. Stop trying to pass the buck. You were stubborn in your tactics. Everybody's told you about your high line. Everybody's told you about your high line. But it's the way you play. It's the way you want to do things. Now you're 17th, bro. Now you're 17th, but you want to blame injuries. I'll tell you about injuries. I'm an Arsenal fan. My team haven't had a centre forward for how long?
Since Man United beating.
So how comes Mikel Arteta can still keep those same players in the second position without a striker than he had when he had a striker? So don't come on here standing in front of the press making pathetic excuses. You're not that good of a manager, bro. That's the facts, bro. You had players there. You didn't have the tactics, and you just not tactically astute to do what you need to be done. And that's the facts, bro. Stop hiding behind rubbish about, injuries, this and injuries, that. Every team has had injuries.
But Auntie, he did say every club he goes to in his second season, he wins a cup.
Brave. Okay, that's true. Yeah. Who's that? What teams are them? The Brisbane Broncos. Yeah. The Brisbane Broncos, somebody in Russia, somebody in some other country, and Celtic. Whoopie-doo! Whoopie-doo, bro.
He might do it with Tottenham, though.
Yeah, he might do it with Tottenham. But my point is this, though. Even though he's done it with Tottenham, don't make excuses for his poor league position.
Because this is his second season as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he should play.
I don't want to hear your excuses, bro. But, bro, hold on. Tottenham, remember at the beginning of the last season when Tottenham were top of the league?
Yeah.
And then the injury started. What did he say?
Yeah.
We fell off this season because of injuries. Season finished. New season came. Tottenham are 17th now. So they're worse than last season.
Wow.
So what's his excuse now then?
You
understand me, brother?
So Tottenham. It's gonna be interesting, guys. Next week we'll definitely do the watch along next week.
Bridget, this man's balling bawling about injuries, bro.
Yeah.
When Newcastle, look at the season when Newcastle was in the Champions League, look at their injuries. Did anybody have any sympathy for them?
No. And they come back this season.
And then look what Eddie has come back and done the season after. And that's what I'm talking about, my brother. The season after.
Yeah.
Now, Andrew's had the season after. It's got absolutely worse.
Bro.
Facts, the 17th position does not. Where did Tottenham finish last year? 5th. They finished 5th, bro. And you remember, what did he say? We finished 5th. Watch us go next season without the injuries. That's what he said, because we finished 5th. So you're looking 5th. So you was looking 4th, 3rd, 2nd or 1st. That's what was. Yeah. So you're 17th. What happened? And why didn't you change your tactics? You've been losing week in, week out. You've been still playing the high line. When Van der Veen's fit, you play the high line. When Van der Veen's injured, you still play the high line. You can't make excuses, fam. I ain't having it. And I'm not having a go at you, Ange, because you're Tottenham. I'm just talking the thing. I ain't having this excuse, because you don't see me piling excuse. Oh, we didn't have Saka for 3 months. We didn't have Saka for 3 months, but we still stayed in second place.
Yeah.
We still had to get through the rounds to get to play Real Madrid. And Saka came back. We beat Real Madrid with no striker, fam. No recognised striker. Just know that. So, Andrew, don't want to hear your rubbish that you're spouting down the lane. Don't want to hear it, fam.
Tottenham was kind of, they
don't want to hear it, man. I'm making excuses, Bridget. No, man. Shut up, man. Not having it.
I think that...
Not having it. You got 100 million for Harry Kane. What did you do with it? That's the question you need to ask yourself. What did you do with the money you got for Harry Kane?
Bought a lot of young players, man.
Yeah, and look where you are. 17th.
Well,
17th, bro. You're 17th, and you got Amorim saying this is the worst Man United team ever, but you got that clown at White Hart Lane making excuses. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. And yeah, Uzin, I'm saying to you as well, because you're a bigger clown going supporting PSG. Oh, finishing above Arsenal. That's your cup final. Anything above Arsenal, that's your cup final. I understand, Bridget, because you've only seen Tottenham win one league, one trophy in your whole entire existence on God's earth. I get it.
I think definitely it'll be fun to see. But either way, I think Uzin will make a load of money on his streams.
I'm just going to turn to you now and say, get your message to your geezers at Manchester. Don't come back losing to Tottenham.
Bro, I don't think I can go on YouTube for about 2 months,
Don't come back losing to Tottenham, bro, because I'm sure if Man United lose that cup final stuff, I think Fergie's going to do podcasts.
Listen, but you know what? You know the problem we have is Euro got injured, and I think that's the
Euro.
Yeah, Euro got injured yesterday.
Oh,
yeah, he had to come off injured, limping back. So
Yeah,
boy, and Darlow.
But here's another one for Tottenham. Oh, Andrew will tell you, but we've lost James Maddison.
Yeah, true.
Madison's out for the season.
Yeah.
Bergvall's out for the rest of the season. So more excuses for them to lie behind.
Yeah.
You know, because they've had such a wretched season, such a wretched time with injuries. That's why they're 17. That's why they've lost 20 Premiership League games this season. Don't want to hear excuses. That's why Tottenham fans have got no. That's why I don't listen to Uzin. Got no time for him right about. I think he's a funny guy. Don't get it twisted. I think he's hilarious. His content is spot on. But as a fan, I think he's a clown, fam. I think you're a clown, bro. You're a clown.
Okay, guys. Listen. And one of our next shows, guys, is 100% is going to be we're going to expand. We'll probably do that on close season.
I was just going to say, Roger, I think while the season's over, we're going to do some of those debate situations. Like I says, who's had the better career, Harry Kane or Jamie Vardy? No, sorry. Who's had a better Premiership career, Harry Kane or Jamie Vardy? Because my man's gone to Germany now, and that's his big thing. He's won a league in Germany. But what did you do in it over here?
We could analyse things like when Sol Campbell does that, who's the better player, this person, next person. You know what you can do? And we can analyse some of the responses from some of the players, because I think there's some funny ones.
I've got another one as well.
Yeah, go on.
When you spoke about it, is Van Dijk as good as people think he is because he only has to deal with one striker? How would Van Dijk have fared against a Colin York, for instance? How would he fared against a Bergkamp and Armory or a
Bergkamp and Wright? Right.
You understand? Because these are questions that, Rio had to deal with twos, bruv.
Yeah.
Rio and Vidic had to deal with twos, tandems.
Yeah.
My man's only dealing with ones and that. So everybody's harping on about, Virgil van Dijk. But is he that good, though?
He's come through the right period.
It's the question. Yeah, he's come in the right period. But all right then. I don't think, when we talk about centre-halves and defenders, people forget about Marcel Desailly, you know. Because people don't remember him probably in his anchor midfield role at AC Milan.
Yeah,
and
man.
by the time he came to Chelsea, he was kind of on the way down.
Yeah,
on the way down.
Wins.
But at his pump, when he was at Milan,
Listen, Vieira was watching him from the bench, and that's where they picked him up from, innit? Arsenal, yeah. He's watching him, and everybody thought, yo, this youth is good. And then Wenger sneaked him. You know what I'm saying?
I remember when Arsenal signed Patrick Vieira. The first time I thought Patrick Vieira, I didn't know he was a black geezer. I just thought French geezer, Patrick Vieira. Yeah. So when I seen this geezer and then saying, oh, this is the new Patrick Vieira, and I looked at him, I thought, black dude. And then when I first thought, he had a moustache.
Yeah.
If you remember, he had a moustache.
Yeah.
And I just thought, beast. You can see
Yeah, man.
potential in beast.
He's a topic
Beast.
special.
How would Van Dijk have dealt with Drogba and Anelka? You understand what I'm saying, fam? Some serious questions has to be, and that's what I'm saying, because everybody's talking about Virgil, and don't get it twisted, Virgil. I'm not saying you're a bad defender. What I'm saying is, are you as good as people say? All right then, individually, do you think Van Dijk was a better defender than Chap Stam?
No.
There you go then. Exactly, bro. Exactly my point. There you go. People give you argument for it.
The struggle with half pint Clivert. We remember full pint Clivert. You know what I mean? Clivert, before he started the burgers started kicking in, was a decent baller, bro.
The Clivert, the Ajax Clivert and the Barcelona Clivert.
Yeah. The early Barcelona Clivert. Yeah.
He was good. Then he went to Milan, innit? And he went to Milan first and he flopped. Him and Davids. Because all them, they went to Milan.
They tried to rekindle that whole.
They went to Milan, they went to the whole Dutch thing, and he didn't boom. And then Davids ended up going to Juventus.
Yeah. But there was the next. We'll go into that because
we got
Batistuta, bro.
Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying, fam. That's what I'm saying, fam.
Batistuta, bro. Man, Crespo, you know.
Crespo and them man. Come on, bro. This is what I'm saying. So Virgil has got away with a lot, bro.
Easy. He got it easy, bro.
He's got it easy, bro. That's what I'm saying. His Virgil, you know, and they're the kind of debates. Yeah. Conversations we're going to be having in the close season.
Because the thing is, we're talking about, like, you know, these defenders are dealing with Ferdinand. You know what I'm saying? You know me. You couldn't leave him on the back post, you know, bro.
No. And there's a different one there. There's a different problem there, you know, because, okay, then imagine now, Virgil's come up against, say, Newcastle. So he might be playing against
Asprilla and Ferdinand.
Ferdinand and Asprilla up top. Who's he picking? Is he going to go for Ferdinand? Because he's. I think if I was Virgil, I'm going Asprilla because. And I'm not. That's no disrespect to Asprilla because Asprilla's going to dump Virgil on the floor. You don't know that. You know the skills. He's going to kill him on the floor. But Virgil's going to. He's got more strength. Whereas Celeste, nah, you're not at muscling Celeste up there, brother.
And even a through ball, you try and show him.
And Les had pace as well. He had pace as well. So I think that would be interesting. How do you think Virgil van Dijk would?
This is that black guy that went to grammar school.
if he came through the Rio era, do you think he'd be as rated as highly as he is? That's the question.
Yeah.
That's a real serious question.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, as much as I can't stand the little racist boy, John Terry, good defender.
Yeah.
He's a good defender,
him a Carvalho.
He's a good defender, bro. Yeah. But I'm saying, that era, they had tandems, bro. They didn't have singulars. Man weren't playing singulars. Man weren't doing that. Liverpool was playing like, remember they had the Nelka on loan, the one season in that Premier. I can't remember who was up top with him. Might be Fowler. Man City, when he went to Man City, he was Fowler at Man City.
Yeah, bro.
You know, all these teams had tandems. It was not, you know, Man United had 4 going on, Solskjaer, Sheringham, Cole York.
Bro, imagine you're a defender, you're defending Man United, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Bro, you got through York and Cole, and then the same like Sheringham or Solskjaer. Madness, Bridget. And that's what I'm saying.
That's how you win games, though.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what you have to have back in those days. So, you know, whereas he's only...
Boa.
Yeah, come on, bro. You know, we can go through...
The season, one chop. You know what I mean?
Chop. Daniel Amakachi at Everton. You know, muscular geezers. Even when George Weah came to Chelsea.
Yeah.
Spent for us, but, you know...
Man dealing with Shevchenko. And red buff. Oof. But anyway, still. But listen, guys, we're talking for we got nostalgic.
And,
we got
also,
nostalgic.
people, just if there's anything you want us to debate, send it in.
Yeah,
send us your ideas.
Holla, bump into us on the street, man.
What you'd like us to talk about, or we're up for debates. I mean, if you remember, this debate started us naming an All Black 11. Remember this podcast started with us 4 mans, me, you, Skipper. And we were trying to get an All Black 11.
Yeah.
How it started.
Yeah.
And
we dragged in Mello on Zoom.
Yeah. That's how it started. So it's grown from that. We were always, obviously, as Roger tells you, we're about black folks first and foremost.
Yeah. Celebrate the positive,
black
man.
lives matter to us. We take it serious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and we're here to big up, and we know the prominence that black people have played in football. As much as FIFA and the world body want to play it down, we know the prominence and significance that black players played in it. Just because Pele didn't get 7 Ballon d'Ors doesn't make him not the greatest player to walk the earth. No, it don't. He didn't need those 7 Ballon d'Ors because we know the facts. He's got 3 World Cups. He's got 3 World Cups for your 8 Ballon d'Ors. He's got 3 World Cups.
Yeah.
And that's greater. You know what I mean? So we don't need that. We just talk it real. We talk 100% from our heart. Not trying to promote discrimination or racism. We're just talking about fairism. We're promoting fairism and love. You understand? Acknowledging people, acknowledge us. We acknowledge the Messis. We acknowledge the Shevchenkos, the Batistas. We acknowledge them for who they are. Acknowledge us for who we are.
Amen.
That's all we ask.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? So
come on now.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure. It's always
100%.
a pleasure. But we will always defend our own folks.
Yeah, 100%.
We're always going to do that.
Because no one does.
Because nobody does.
No one does.
What I mean?
Yeah, I'm saying
we have to promote
we have to do it, man.
And when Roger's gone and I'm gone, my grandkids and his grandkids need to know that where football came from and where black people's role was in that prominent football thing.
Yeah.
So we're planting those seeds.
Amen.
People might not like it, but it has to be done. Because we've been here too long, people robbing and stealing us and going on like we didn't contribute.
We're
one of the main contributors.
Come
on.
Everyone copies us, man. Trust me, bro.
That's right, fam.
Everyone copies us, man.
Real
Hairstyles,
talk. And I just want to
music,
say,
everything.
and Marks,
Yeah.
give you 2-0 head start. No striker. Still couldn't beat City Manor. Just saying it. Congratulations on your championship win. Fair play to you.
It's the first for a long time. You left for a long time.
I'm just saying, give you a 2-0 head start and even give you a player advantage in that.
Yeah, man.
But you know what? Turning point was the booing because we scored as soon as you started to boo Alexander.
Yeah, man.
Trent Alexander, but it doesn't surprise me. And I love Liverpool as a multicultural city. But reality is, why did Trent get booed? And he's done nothing that Michael Owen didn't do. He's done nothing that Steven Gerrard hasn't done. Because you people like to go on like Steven Gerrard didn't leave Liverpool. He did. He left Liverpool to go to LA Galaxy. And he flopped as well. Let's talk the team. He flopped. Yeah? He went to LA Galaxy and he flopped. But he left Liverpool. I don't remember the boos. I don't remember the boos. McManaman left.
Clapped off, man. Got clapped.
McManaman left.
Yeah.
Don't remember the boos. Michael Owen left. Don't remember the boos.
No.
The only difference I see with Trent Alexander and all the players that I've mentioned is that biologically, he's got black skin, black undertones in him.
Yep.
Now you lot might think I'm picking. Tell me what it is. Tell me it's not that, and tell me what it is then.
It is what it is.
Just saying.
It is what it is, my bro. I'm sorry.
saying.
I thought the same thing. But listen, guys, this is Roger Van Moorinho Show, RVM Show, alongside my boy Anthony.
RTH,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Next season's the RTH Show.
Yeah, say
Roger Ten Hag.
Should be Roger A Show, man. Roger Amrin Show. And this way, man. But anyway, still.
So with the RRA in it.
Yeah.
Roger Rubin Amrin Show.
Listen, leave it out, man. But listen, guys, we're gonna be looking at some things. Hopefully, you just check us. Watch along. I might have to do that, man.
Next Wednesday we'll be here, bro. Next Wednesday, Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester United, Europa League Cup for the right to eat at the top table with the man there. Roger will be here live. I could be here as well, and I'm just gonna be real. I'm rooting for United that day. Come on, United.
of cutting that.
What's going on, people? I'm DJ H, and make sure you check out all the stuff Affinity Extra's got going on, man. We've got loads of content, loads of things coming out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, you know. Listen, don't go anywhere, you know. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe is the main thing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it with your brethren, yeah?